Hey, what is up guys? So today we got a really interesting video, as you can tell by the title. Today is a track day for my 911 GTS. This actually isn't the first track day that I've done, but I have done just a few upgrades to the car just to make it perform a little bit better on the track. And as you guys saw in the review that I made about this car, this is supposed to be more drivers focused 911. And while I did do a 0-60 test and the car is extremely quick, anyone who owns the 911 knows that the real performance of the car is on the racetrack. So today I'm going to be doing some hot laps, and we're just going to be testing this thing out to see what times I can get with this. The stock setup, the best time I got here out at Eagles Canyon was a 2:05. I'm going to give you guys a little overview about some of the upgrades I did, but I'm hoping today I can bring down that lap time just a little bit. And yeah, so it's going to be really fun. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so just a little overview of the setup on my car. So I've really done three main upgrades just to get it track ready. As we know, with the 911 GTS, the stock tires that come with this car are the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. They're an amazing street tire. They have a lot of grip. However, on the racetrack, they don't hold up the heat very well. So what I did was I actually put the Goodyear Super Sport R's on the GTS. These are actually the stock tire that come with the GT3. Now the stock tire sizing on the GTS is actually 305s in the rear and 245s in the front. However, with the Super Sport R's, I actually increased the width of the tire from 245 to 255 in the front and 305 to 315 in the rear. So the ratio is still the same, just a little bit wider tire. And as you can see, they do like a little bit wide on the rim, but I'm hoping that these wider tires with more grip will decrease the lap time on the GTS. Now the next upgrade that I did on the car is actually a mild track alignment. So the stock Carreras don't have a ton of adjustability. However, I was able to get negative 1.3 degrees in the front and about -2 in the rear. So not a crazy alignment, but this is basically as much as I can get on the stock suspension. Now the third thing that I got in the car was just racing brake fluid. This doesn't actually make the car any faster or necessarily brake any better. It's more so after repetitive laps, it basically stops the brakes from overheating, which is more so for safety rather than performance. But other than that, the rest of the car is completely stock. It is it's a very good car stock. There isn't really a ton of stuff that you need to do. It's really just fixing the tires from those Michelin PS4S's and just getting a little bit more camber in the front. That is the overview for the car. And now I'm going to get ready and we're going to hop on the track, and I'm going to put the GoPro on and we're going to see what times I can get. have it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the POV footage on the track. The fastest time I was able to get was a 2:03. Now, I mentioned earlier in this video that the fastest time I got on the stock setup was actually a 2:05. However, I got the 2:05 on a day that was a lot cooler and just a lot better track condition. Recently, when I drove this car with the stock setup in similar weather, I actually was only able to get a 2:07. So just by adding better tires and getting a mild track alignment, this car is actually 4 seconds quicker than the stock setup. And it really just goes to show that a lot of the non-GT3 cars, they just aren't really set up for the racetrack from factory. And really just doing some minor adjustments with the tires, the alignment, and even the brakes if you want to in the future, it really transforms the car. The car really carries a lot more speed through the corners. Just overall, I'm very, very pleased with the result. Now, in terms of the actual driving feedback and just how the car felt, I'm sure you guys could hear on the video, there was a little bit of understeer. The tires were definitely squealing. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because it lets me know that I'm actually pushing the car and I'm reaching close to the car's limits. The downside with the squealing is that it means that you're understeering and you're essentially losing speed through the corners to an extent. Now, there was actually a couple times that the car stepped out. However, it was super, super easy to correct. I'm sure you guys could tell on the video, it was just a really quick correction each time that the rear end stepped out. Compared to other cars like my Lotus Evora GT or even the 911 Turbo S that I drove, this car is a lot easier to handle at the limit. And I had everything turned off, traction control completely off, Sport Plus mode. And even when the rear end broke loose, it was still really, really easy and very, very predictable. In terms of the brakes, a lot of people on the forums and online, they say the brakes absolutely suck for track use. I actually didn't really feel that. I felt like the brakes were absolutely fine today. I've done actually 3 track days already with the brakes, and they still have a bunch of life left. Now, you can obviously gain a lot more braking power by going to an aftermarket brake, maybe like a Paget or even like the Manthey Racing brakes are supposed to be pretty good. However, the stock brakes are perfectly fine for the majority of people. Even for me, I track my car all the time, and I felt like the stock brakes were more than adequate. There were also no problems with the brakes overheating, obviously due to the racing brake fluid that's in the car, but even on the stock brake fluid, I never had any problems overheating. That about wraps it up for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I am going to be doing more track content, not only with the GTS, but also with the Toyota Supra, and we have a McLaren 570S coming soon. So if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought about the video, and stay tuned for some more videos coming up soon. So that ends the video for today. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.